Happy Earth Day, 4/22/22. So this was the original Earthbound. Okay, I didn't know it was on the Famicon, Japan, 1999. For some reason, I thought they retconned this, but uh, it's confusing me because a lot of games that came out on the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo Entertainment System were were first released in Japan. So when they do release a Famicom game on here, it confuses me because it messes up with my idea of what the game release timeline is, you know. So now I'm up to speed though because I did some research. Not like I had to. It wasn't gonna like it wasn't like for a college exam to get a degree or something, but just for personal curiosity, of course. So Star Trek: The Next Generation might be arguably superior to the original series, the original Star Trek series, but you got to give props to the original. You got to give props to Mother, um, or Earthbound as it's known in the United States and the West, EU. So, like one must, even if they do like Star Trek: The Next Generation better, uh, or if it is superior, still you got to give props to the OG, to the original, you know, for coming up with the ideas, the concepts, the music, the everything else. So I don't. I think that Disney is going to have a hell of a time trying to make a better Star Wars trilogy than the original. I don't think they'll ever even get close. I think they'll just end up making a bunch of crap that's not even halfway close, and then it'll just kind of fizzle out. People just lose interest in it. That's my personal opinion. What would I do if I saw a Star Wars trilogy made by Disney and it was actually good? I'd probably be shocked. I'd probably not know what to think. If I saw a Disney Star Wars trilogy that wasn't a huge steaming pile of shit, I would be astounded. Well, I mean, the thing about it is, you can't have a monster with no teeth. So, what I mean is, like, if bears couldn't maul you to death, you wouldn't respect them if you're out in their territory. Um, if they couldn't slash you with their claws and eat you and maul you, and jump on your body and deprive you of oxygen and slash your all your guts up, then nobody would respect a bear. Everybody would be laughing and making fun of bears. So you really can't have a beast without any teeth. And I think that's what you do when you try to sanitize Star Wars, is that you get a beast with no teeth. So that's essentially that's what they've done. They've neutered Star Wars into something that's too it's too sanitized. It's too clean. So yeah, I like Earthbound the series because you get healed by French fries and cheeseburger. The pseudo zombie, huh? Wow. I, I love it that this was a Nintendo Entertainment System game. Was the first. Um, some of the music, the way the music sounds, the old programming sounds so. Um, It brings me back like Shadowgate or a game with like really great music. Maybe like Mega Man 2 has like really badass NES 8-bit. I love 8-bit, the way 8-bit music sounds. Sounds really good sometimes. It's not, it's an electronic kind of music, but it definitely sounds pretty cool. I mean, the composition, the music theory is all there. Um, okay, you know what? This graveyard map is fucking huge, and I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, okay. I had a bigger HP than I thought, huh? Okay. So the Disney Star Wars is going to try to like appeal to all markets, and I think the original Star Wars wanted to be. It didn't desperately try to appeal to all markets, so um, it was mainly going towards, I guess, the original Star Wars trilogy. I think was going towards mostly white middle class America. So that was the target back in the late 70s and 1990s. So now, if you look at it from a foreign and diverse audience, their their priorities have changed pretty radically in terms of uh, what um, what their core audience is. And they also want that big overseas dollar. They want I don't know if they can make money from Russians anymore, but the Russian Federation, but they still might want that overseas um, that that Chinese market. So they might put more Asians to sell to a really growing Asian market, and they might even make it more um, accessible. You know, so I uh all right, he's gone. All right, okay, cool. Oh shit. Well, damn boy. Uh-oh. I died again. Whew. Wow, dude. That scene, man. Yeah. Speaking of Earth Day, they used to have an environmentally friendly show, and it was called Captain Planet and the Planeteers. I kind of liked it. My last name's Wheeler, and the lead character from America was called Wheeler, and so um, the show was known for having really great vocal talent like Jeff Goldblum and Whoopi Goldberg and many others, Margot Kidder, Meg Ryan. So a lot of big names were on there. Um, uh, uh, asthma spray. Okay, foods. Okay, so it's like I like how every level has a different set of goods on there. That's funny. All right, we'll try some sports drink. Oh wow, kind of expensive, huh? Yeah. Try some of that bread. So orange juice. I love how a lot of this game is just shopping or earning money and then buying stuff. I love it. Pet. What does that mean? Pet. Huh. Oh. Oh wow. Oh my God, it's Lucy. Canary chick, huh? Okay, that's the last. That's so funny. Like I just, I even in real life when they have a place that just says drugs, it makes me laugh. All right, the beginning of that sounds like I know I said that in the last video. It sounds like the best part of waking up is some Folgers in your cup. I'm gonna get a cheeseburger. I like how it's all like. I love how the subservient burger chicks are just girls. Uh, it's like men don't do this type of work; only girls do. That's pretty funny. Okay. Only girls do food service. This game cracks me up. Lucy, what are you doing here? I think I called him Lionel. The character from Peanuts, he's called Linus. The the kid with the blanket that can't go anywhere without his blanket. All right, let me check my the psi powers. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you don't have any pee pee. Oh well. I'm gonna take my Charlie Brown ass to the hotel. Oh shit. I did work overnight at a Houston hotel. I wish I had spicy stories, but I don't. I swear nothing happened overnight at that hotel. And I wish I could tell you like there was a wild party or there was naked girls or somebody invited me, some lady invited me to sleep with her or something. But man, I have no exciting stories. Like there was a frat party and people were smoking weed and they invited me into the party. Nah, there was no. There was. I was kind of expecting something kind of risque or swanky out of the hotel for some reason. The only thing that happened was some people got drunk. Some couple got drunk and they started fighting, and that wasn't very fun. So it was basically shit. So that wasn't. I think a lot of movies trick people to think that if they work at a hotel that it's going to be exciting, and that's not really. I guess it depends on the hotel. I mean, I guess if you work at like a resort hotel, like during spring break or like in Cancun or something like that, maybe you're gonna have more exciting stories. Maybe a lot juicier, but a lot wilder ones. But just at a city hotel, like it's not that exciting. I guess I guess at 22 years old, when I worked at the hotel, I was like, I was hoping that there'd be some exciting shit because, but there was nothing exciting. I always thought, you know, like watching all those movies about bellboys and bellhops and stuff like that, and like carrying people's luggage for tips or bringing them towels or doing, you know, bringing them room service to their room. Like there would be something exciting that's going to happen, but typically, I think I was at the wrong hotel, and also it was super dead, and people. It was not a high occupancy hotel. It was a big hotel, but it was not a highly occupied hotel. So honestly, really, the hotel started to get busy like early in the morning. Um, it gave me a little bit of the Shining vibe because the maintenance man showed me the boiler room and everything, and it started to get creepy. Oh yeah, it started definitely where you were like, especially if you're alone and you're like in a massive hotel working, and it got yeah. Man, I'm getting attacked all the time. I love you, my sweetheart. I love you, baby. Bella Boop. I love you. Yeah. Okay. What? What are you saying, Lou? Go lay down. Being a platook. I love you too. Let's go, Lele. Play Nintendo. I mean, if you think it's like in the movies when people work for hotels and they're like, come on in, come have some Cristal. Oh, there's some girls in the hot tub. If you think it's going to be like that all the time, then you've been watching too many movies. And definitely, I think I watched too many movies before I started working at the hotel, so I thought it was going to be like fucking intrigue and sex and drugs and wild shit all the time, and it really wasn't. Oh my God, it's Wally, the redneck farmer. Wally. That's what happens when you go the wrong way. Wally returns for revenge. Ooh, hit me hard, fool. Yeah. Loud. All right. So, what's up? What's up, Doe?
You going to go to You need to. You need the night off. I'll turn the night off. Okay. You need the night off. Okay. I'll turn it off for you.
So I need to get the Lucy. All right. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. All right. So we got plenty of food and stuff. So we're gonna go and go back to the go back to that go back to the cemetery. Check this out. That's what I'm working on. The cemetery rescue. Okay. love you, Angelique. I love you, baby. That's is that not the way to the cemetery? Or that there's like an alternative route or what? I love you, Angel. You need the light on? I'll turn it off. Yeah, you see, you're lovely. Oh, you're my baby. I can't wait to love you both. I love you, Angelique. Oh, you need a cubby? Here we go. Yeah, you did. I love you. Okay. Um. So for 1989, this is a pretty good graphics for that time. Anyway, for the 8-bit system. Oh, it's the healer. All right, we're gonna try this thing called reading that we were talking about last time. Abandon all hope, ye who enter. I like that. Abandon all hope. It's like, oh shit, it's the hippie. It's the lead singer of Fish. Oh, Fish was playing back then, but they were like super young, probably college dudes, maybe even before college. They weren't big yet. They were like, yeah, they're a bunch of hippie kids from Vermont. Trey Anastasio and my, my friend. I don't know if he gave me a compliment one time. He was like, "You seem like the type of guy that would listen to Fish," and I thought that was funny. I was like, well, "Are you calling me a nerd?" Well, it's kind of a compliment to be called a nerd these days, sort of. There was a time when being a nerd wasn't very cool, and to a certain extent, there's still people that laugh at like Dungeons and Dragons people who make the figurines and shit like that. I still think it's silly, but the people that do make the Dungeons and Dragons figurines, I think it's really creative that they have creative imagination. But it does seem like you know not being able to let go of childhood to a certain extent, which is funny because I have a channel where I play video games all the time, but that's besides the point. Um, to each their own how they stay young even while they get old. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that some people they try to stay young by partying, but that just gets more like a zero sum game. The older you get, the worse the hangovers get, and the worse that you feel when you party. When you're young, it really doesn't matter all that much because you can party all night and do a whole bunch of drugs theoretically, and you can do a whole bunch of drugs and like drink a whole bunch of alcohol and it's no problem. If you're like 18, 25, but once you get a certain age, that shit really hurts. So, and what I'm trying to say is like partying, trying to stay young, has a lot of diminishing returns. But painting's not going to have as many like. Oh, it's got the creepy vibe. This character reminds me of the character from the Walking Dead. There's a character who's the priest who's scared to leave the monastery in the Walking Dead show, named Father Gabriel. That's what that reminds me of. I'm sure it's a coincidence that they have I'm, I hope that somebody wasn't playing this one day and was like, "Hey, remember that character that wouldn't leave his the church because he was afraid of the zombies? Let's make that in The Walking Dead." I'm pretty sure that's not how it happened, but I'm getting my ass kicked. Well, uh-uh. I don't have any PP anymore. To the bread. Jazzy music, nice. It's like music from the 1930s or 1940s or something. Yeah. Okay, I just got out of a fight, but whatever. Stupid man. Ooh. Ooh. Ow. Ah, shit. Y'all bastards. Alright. Get this hamburger. Make some maximum life force. Alright, cool. I love you, Angelie. Alright, it's time to go night night. Love you. You're the best, dude. My dog's acting really weird now. It's like it's after midnight. It's time to go to sleep, but she's acting like it's time to get the party started or something. I'm like, it's too late for that shit. She should be tired. We went out all day and we wrestled and done a lot of shit today, so she should be tired, but it looks like W Angelique. This Shih Tzu dog has a great personality, and they're like very energetic. So this dog is like the Energizer Bunny. Not like bombastic, not like ADHD, ADD, but just Okay. It's the gangster. Ooh. Oh yeah, I didn't really finish my story about how I had a falling out with this guy named Chris that I knew since I was 18. I was telling the story about how there was this girl Tiffany, and Chris dated her, and he was trying to show off at his parents' house that he got this super hot chick named Tiffany, and since I could see through his bullshit that he was just showing off, it really didn't make me feel jealous or envious or anything. He wanted me to feel that, but that's not what I felt. I felt more like, you know, I felt more like, what's the word for it? I felt more sorry for him that he needed to show off this chick. Like I felt like he was the one who was uh, insecure, you know. So I mean, I know that guys naturally want to show off the stuff that they got, and many guys will use their women as like a show off, like a trophy wife, trophy prize, and that's not necessarily irregular, but this guy, when he gets a girlfriend, he wants to advertise it to the world, and doesn't mean he's always going to keep the girl. What I think James, his friend, said, well, once they find out he's a loser, they're out of there. And I thought that was a funny statement about Chris. It goes, once the girls find out he's a loser, they're out of there. Made me laugh. Sleep tight. Okay, so now we got it. What are the goods like? We don't have any. Okay. So we got our Psy refilled because the gangster zombie is still pretty tough. We'll go to the burger shop and get some. You're that snot nosed Scotty. Uh, I sat next to in kindergarten. um, I wouldn't even recognize anybody from kindergarten. Not these days. I'm too old. So, did I ever recognize anybody from my childhood? Yeah, I did one time. It was really crazy. I was working at a movie theater called AMC Gold Point 30 in South Houston, and this guy named Michael Bishop. The Bishops lived across the street from my mom and my stepdad and I back in Dayton, Texas, back in the 80s. And it was weird because I was 19, already out of high school and an adult, and I was working this summer at that 30 screen theater. And all of a sudden, the guy comes in and he looks kind of familiar because the guy, Michael, when he was a little boy, he had glasses and he had he had a always had like a shaved head, not because he was a neo-Nazi, that was just his style. And so he actually recognized me first. He goes, "Hey, you're Scott from the neighborhood, right?" And I was like, I was kind of weirded out because Dayton was a long ways away from Pasadena, Texas, so or LaPorte, Texas. So I was like, oh, hi. So he recognized me, and then it was pretty short conversation. It was like, oh, hey, Scott, and I was like, oh, you're Michael, and then he's like, yeah, have a long time, man. I probably hadn't seen him since I was like 7 or 8, since we moved, or maybe I didn't see him since we were 8 or 9, and so yeah. But most people I wouldn't recognize from my childhood. They would have to like recognize me, and then they would have to like know who I was, and that they'd have to know. We would probably only know each other like on a mostly a first name basis, rather than no. There was this cute girl named Crystal back that lived across the street from us, on the other side of Michael, and I didn't memorize her last name. I wish I would have now. That would be interesting to see what she looks like today after not seeing her since I was 7. Um, the funniest thing, in 1986, I'm sorry, 1987, I was about to turn 7, and I I was going off to um, I don't know. I was pretty energetic. I was really strong, and so the kids were kind of afraid of me in the neighborhood because I would defend myself. If somebody would pick on me, my dad would teach me to whoop people's asses, and so the kids were kind of not exactly thrilled about my existence. I mean, I guess they were afraid of me or something. I wasn't a bully. I wasn't like Mike Tyson. I wasn't going around just slapping people and shit. It was more like they were upset because they knew if they tried to attack me or something, that I could really harm them pretty bad. And this one kid tried to fight me, and I mean, I beat the shit out of him, and he was trying to bully me and shit. I wailed on him, man. And and then some other kid was like, "Oh, you beat up a kid? Well, try to fight me." And I was like, "Well, I'm not really a fighter, but all right." And I knocked his teeth out, and I just said, "Look, I'm not gonna fight every motherfucker that lives in this neighborhood." So that was just that one time I was in a corner and I had to defend myself at that time. Otherwise, I don't like doing this shit. That's why I was kind of like, oh shit, when every boy in the neighborhood finds out that I beat up kids, they're going to come try to beat me up, to see if they're, better fighters or whatever. And I was like, oh God. Thankfully, there wasn't too many that tried to come and challenge me up. If I had to fight too much, I might have reconsidered my career, and started training to be a boxer or something and beat the shit out of people like Mike Tyson. But in another life, maybe. But you got to be pretty angry to beat the shit out of people all the time. I mean, I think that's almost like a prerequisite. You got to be pretty angry at mankind for that to occur. So, so I was going over Michael Bishop's one day in Dayton, Texas, out in Liberty County, um, and this was in Woodway, 1409. Between Mont Bellevue and Dayton, Texas, is this stretch of like just country. It's the boondocks. And I think after like 30 years, the only thing they built in my old stomping grounds was like a gas station, I think. which is cool because that means the forests are preserved. So I'm happy about that. I mean, if it was all just a bunch of fucking neighborhoods and they cut down all the trees, and um, if there was like a whole bunch of shopping malls, I'd be pretty upset. But thankfully, I guess there's no oil, or there's no reason to destroy that land. So I'm pretty happy about that. So that means I could. That means basically, theoretically, I could um, go back to my hometown, go driving around, and I could go check out everything from my childhood, and it will look exactly the fucking same, almost, just about. The only thing that'll change is the people and the houses, and that's it. Besides that, the landscape will be the same neighborhoods I used to ride my bicycle, the same woods, everything, all that shit will be exactly um, the same creatures, the same snakes, um, the same turtles, the same. I mean, well, not the same turtles, but like like the same species, the same wild hogs, the same uh, wild boars, the same black diamondback snakes, the same dragonflies, the same tadpoles. I think I probably said the same frogs already. So the same garden snakes, the same copperhead snakes, just all the great wildlife will still be there, kicking. I love it. So I'm kind of fortunate because a lot of people don't get to go back to their childhood stomping grounds, and I'm fortunate so far. I still can. Yeah, not everybody has that luxury, you know. Okay, so um, Chris is dating Tiffany, and well, I get her phone number. I get her phone number at the New Year's party, and she's like, "This guy's an asshole," and their relationship starts going south, and she starts talking shit about him, and he makes up a lot of braggadocious stories. He makes up really, some stories I don't even believe. Like he's like, "Oh, I got to stick my penis inside her," and all that. He makes up all these like grandiose stories about his sexual escapades, and a lot of the times I think he's just making shit up. But that's I don't even care if that's even true or not. But um, so he's trying to act cool in front of us guys. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got some, man," but I don't even think he got to last to home base. So I really think that's what guys do. They just kind of like exaggerate their sexual escapades sometimes. They're like, "Oh yeah, man, I went all the way, dude. Oh yeah, we did it, man." And I think about like 40% of the time, dudes are bullshitting. I'm not saying they're all fucking lying, but sometimes people are just making up shit just to sound cool. It's pathetic, but it happens. So it's like, I don't know. I still remember that girl Tiffany's hot, but I don't want to, piss off Chris by dating his ex dates. But they weren't like they were only dating for like a month or something like that, or even less. I mean, who knows? Maybe it was only 3 dates, and then um, I think it could have been. As I said before, Chris was really selfish, so that could have been part of the uh, the problem. Like the the kind of guys I knew, if you went out to dinner, they would get upset about the check and argue over the bill. You get that? So these guys were some major shysters, and like So I hated going out to the restaurant with Chris and James because they would always argue over the bill. They were such fucking cheapskates. Like it was ridiculous. Like almost like I'm so glad I don't go out to dinner with them anymore because they would just argue over the check and who's paying with the card, who's paying with cash. It just got fucking old. So these guys are some tightwad. Uh, I mean, it's cool to be tight with your money and to save your money and all that stuff. But sometimes I was like, man, this shit's ridiculous. So it had been about 2 months, and I had her number, so I called her up and I was like, "What's up?" And we started texting, and then she's like, "Hey, yeah." I was like, "Hi, Tiffany. What's going on?" And um, she knew that Chris was my friend from a long time, and she's like, "Oh my God, yeah." I was like, "Are you still with Chris?" And she's like, "Oh no, we broke it off like 2 months ago." And I was like, "Oh really? Huh?" You know. So I was like, "So you're single and like you're hot and okay." And she had all the goods and everything. And I was like, "Well, I guess it's my turn." Or it's my time to try this girl. Um, but I wasn't trying to get in her panties. Not like you know, at my age now, I'd be trying to go in quick because I don't have much time. But back then, I thought when you're 24 years old, you think you have all the time in the world to have some sort of romance or some sort of like you can like you the the understanding is okay if I romance this girl for a few months, then we're gonna be having sex pretty soon. So it'll be in the bag. Like once she can trust me, she's gonna take off all her clothes and it's gonna be fucking hot and heavy. It's gonna go. Pretty much we're gonna be making a baby soon and be moving in and it's gonna be so. Oh, is that my dad calling or something? I feel like that's a temple over there. I don't know what that is. Oh, this is your dad. Now, son, it's not my business, but why not rest? Continue. Oh, is it over there? Huh? Am I going the wrong way? Maybe so. Or maybe it's just a big maze. So I thought, well, if I just, you know, um, I was 24 years old, so I was like, I think I have some time. I got a job. I got a car. I'm not what I would consider a total fucking loser, and I'm not bad looking and not all that ugly. So I was thinking, I think I might have this one. I think I could reel this one in, and I think I could go to Tuna Town in the ocean of vagina. Where what I'm trying to say is, I thought I could like maybe create a wife of some kind, and it was foolish of me to think that, but because she wasn't really that kind of girl. I well, she did want to move in with each other, but I had one problem with that is that I really wanted her to be my girlfriend, so she wouldn't really commit to that. So I like if we would have did it and then she was like it was official, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, then I would have been like, okay, well, since we're officially boyfriend and girlfriend, we can move in together and do the next steps. But she wasn't about that, so I was uh, I was not very pleased. Let's say she was pissed that I wouldn't move in. She was pissed that I wouldn't be her roommate, um, and so I think we didn't see eye to eye what we were trying to do. So I guess there was a miscommunication there because hey girl, did you get that guava? So she wanted to be my roommate, like the Big Bang Theory, but she didn't want a Big Bang Theory. So I was like, well, there's no Big Bang without a Big Bang, you know? I mean, there is no moving in without a Big Bang. There is no Big Bang Theory without Big Bang Theory. So I really liked her a lot, and I was a gentleman. I was a gentleman most of the time. One time I was getting, I think after about 2 months of dating her, I got frustrated one time, and I really, you know, I she got kind of passed out drunk, and she was in my bed, and I kind of pressured her a little bit. I was like, hey, let's do it tonight, and she was like, oh no, I don't want to do it, and then I was like, oh god, this is fucking blue balls. This sucks, and um, but then I was like, oh well, she's gotten drunk before, and you just were a gentleman, and you were like, okay, you don't take advantage of drunk or wasted women, and try to get some like that. That's cheap. That's not how a man is supposed to act. So, it's the Count Dracula and shit. I wasn't expecting all this shit. Oh my god, it's Dracula. I'm kind of scared right now when it's Count Dracula. I don't even know what to do. If you're in the cemetery and it's a bunch of coffins and it's zombies and Count Dracula, you're kind of in trouble. All right. So, I mean, you're supposed to do the Harrison Ford approach. If the woman gets wasted, you're supposed to just take her home, put her in her bed, but you don't play with her body. You don't whatchamacallit. You don't try to make the situation like where you try to sleep with her or cop a feel or some shit like that. So I was like, but you gotta adhere by the Harrison Ford working girl code. So I just had to tell myself when I was younger, don't take advantage of wasted women because they don't know where they're at or anything. So they'll like you better the next day when they wake up and they realize you're not you didn't try anything shady. They'll respect you more. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like, "Oh, thanks for taking me home. You're such a gentleman. Oh, I trust you even more now." That sort of thing because you don't want it to be like, "Did you eat my pussy last night while I was drunk?" You don't want anything like that happening. So what if she was like, "I hate your fucking guts, you piece of shit," and then you never get a date ever again. So I was trying to play like a long game. So I was trying to play her long, and just our motives or goals just did not match up at all. So eventually we went our separate ways. She went to the Northeast, and I went to Austin, Texas, and that was it. She was pretty mad that we didn't, not that we didn't like become boyfriend and girlfriend. I was upset about that. She was upset that I didn't become her roommate. So that's what she was upset about. But she did not give it up. You know what I mean? So I was not about to. She didn't give me the goodies. I wanted the big hairy bush, and I did not get that. I wanted to see some titties. I wanted a little bit of action, and she would not provide that. So I was like, I'm out of here. I guess that goes back to a man and a woman really can't be friends. It's like When Harry Met Sally kind of shit. Oh my god, I found the girl. Not in my life, but like in the game. Hi, I'm Pippi, and I'm lost. What a brave boy you are. Don't get so swell headed. Ha ha ha. Now let's go back to town. Okay. Um. So it was. Back then, there was a girl called. There was a girl. She was called Pippi Longstocking, and so I don't know if this. There was a girl. I mean, actually, Pippi Longstocking was a really famous uh, children's. It was a children's. I think it was a children's like book series, right? And then it was a big show called the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking, and I remember it because the girl was like really hot, and it was like this really sexy girl, and she ended up becoming a porn star too. So I think if some girl's called Pippi, I just think of Pippi Longstocking, especially they made the girl have red hair, big like pigtails. So yeah, I know what they were doing. Some programmer dude was watching Pippi Longstocking and was like, that girl's gonna grow up really. He probably had no idea that she was gonna grow up to be a porn actress, but she definitely was a healthy girl. Um, Big, tall, healthy girl. I remember it had like a really cheesy theme song too, and so that's what I have fond memories of that from childhood because it's just so ridiculous. It's like Pippi Longstocking is like on a she has these big pigtails and she's like fucking awkward, like prepubescent, and or she's right at pubescent and like just developing and everything, and she has all these freckles, and bright red hair, and like she's like on this pirate ship going on adventures and shit. And and also sometimes they break out in the song and they start singing like all these hilarious the cheesy 80s theme songs. Just to have a flashback one day, I'll probably watch it just to laugh at it. It's like the song. The song is like Pippi Longstocking is coming up to your town. Oh no no no! So I remember it has this like very memorable melody, if you will. But I wasn't like telling my parents, "Oh, what would you like for Christmas, Johnny?" And I wasn't like, "Oh, I'd like the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking, please." Hell no! It was more like something that was that the girl was cute and the theme song was pretty 1980s cheese delicious, and that's why it was just like it was such a time capsule for the 1980s that I remember stuff like that. That's like stand out. Oh, okay. Got your girl Pippi. She's not called Pippi Longstocking, but I didn't name her Pippi. She's just called Pippi, right? I hope so. If I called the girl Pippi, I'd be like, uh oh. Maybe I did just as a joke. Yeah. You just did that just to be silly, huh? Yep. At first, I thought the game created the character, and then it dawned on me that you name all the characters at the beginning of the game. So I was like, I was using my photographic eidetic flashback memory to for my subconscious, and it just created that. So got to be careful with that a lot of times. I have to be careful with my photographic memory because it's very accurate, and sometimes. So sometimes it's good to have a photographic eidetic memory, like in college or whatever, on a game show or something. But at work it's useful, or just in life in general. But if you get stuck in the past and you remember the past all the time, you can get stuck in a time loop. So that could be a bad thing, actually, if you remember the past too much. So, like I do. So almost everything is like a memory trigger, and the only way to break the pattern is to try new things and to um, expand the mind, play new games, um, and just kind of try to break patterns that are um, going in circles instead of forward. So, I wish I did have like a teleport or something. Other games have teleport, but this uh, I really need to get out of here somehow. So some people might be like, well, I guess Tiffany friend zoned you. And I was like, it was a little bit more complicated than that. She had some emotional problems, so she had some issues of her own, and so she had some personal issues, some identity issues, some daddy issues. She just had a lot of issues. So she had family issues. She was just you get the freak out of here, dude. Talk about a time loop, man. This shit is just. I want to get the hell out of here. I went the wrong way, huh? Yep. Damn it. This another dead end? Alright. Try to go out this way, I guess. Somewhere. We'll find a way out one day. Yeah, did I did I find anything was I disappointed about going back and looking at my childhood or the places where I went to school or anything? Yeah, I think um, most everything from Baytown was still there, except for my kindergarten wasn't there anymore, and it kind of did make me sad when I was 33. I like went looking for my old kindergarten, and it was like Forrest Gump. It was all in ruins and shit. And okay, I finally made it out. And but it was still there, so I and but it was still there, so I however, they hadn't torn down the building yet, so I actually felt kind of relieved when I saw the kindergarten building because I looked at the outside and they hadn't torn it down yet, so I was like actually happy. It could have been a lot worse. They could have torn it down, and I couldn't have been able to find it. So I got to look at the spot and kind of imagine me being like in kindergarten and getting on the bus or something. So it was good for that, just to have that like flashback. Yeah. It just to give the story context. I had vacation time and at my work, and I really didn't know what to do with my vacation time because my rent was pretty high and I couldn't go anywhere super exotic, super amazing. My job wasn't really all that great, and so I could go drive around Houston though. So I thought, well, hey, what if you, like went? What if you went and visited like places, places where you went to kindergarten? I was like, go see your old apartments when you were 5 years old in 1985, and like go to the hospital where your dad died, and like just, I mean, not that that was gonna cheer me up. It's just like seeing the hospital would like make me feel good. I didn't go inside the hospital. I almost did though, and I was like, why would you just randomly walk into the hospital just to experience some kind of memory? And I was like, nah, that just looking at the outside's enough. I just pulled into the parking lot. I looked at the hospital, and then I rolled out. And then I had a lot more fun looking at the old apartments. That was really really fun because I remembered the Baytown apartments off Quell Hollow and Garth Road, and like Goose Creek, where Gary Busey's from, and also Baytown, Texas, where Jennifer Garner is from. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. But just to give context of like famous actors and actresses that blew up big, and they're from that area. Uh, Goose Creek, Baytown, Texas. I-10, Houston Ship Channel, that sort of thing. The Baytown boys and girls of Houston, Texas, Gulf of Mexico. So, did the tune get really happier because I rescued the girl? I think it changed. Yeah, I don't remember the tune being this peppy. I'll share the secret with you later. Okay. Okay, I rescued the girl, so. Oh, that was cool. I like that. Okay. Abbott. Okay, here we go. All right, we'll see. Well, it's all saved, right? Yeah. Okay. Happy Earth Day. We're playing Earthbound: The Beginnings from the Famicon, I think, 1989, from Japan. And so I don't even know if it was released in the United States. It could just be like Nintendo Switch bonus, you know? Like, hey, we got these old Japanese Famicom games you may not have played as part of your like subscription service to Nintendo. All right, now we're going to go to the Earthbound in the Mother series for Super Nintendo and get back into this one. So, kind of a jarring effect when you go to the NES to the. It's similar characters and everything. It's just a similar gameplay, but there's a considerable difference in 16-bit graphics and sound. And I hate these little coil snakes. All right. Well, I'm going to save it right there. It's getting late. I'm getting sleepy. So it's Earthbound on Earth Day. Probably play some more Earthbound tomorrow. For Earth Day 4/22, 2022. Peace. Happy Earth Day. It's going in all. And we got the latest news. The Sega Genesis pack. That's funny.